Hi, my name is Sam and I'm going to be your tutor for this tutorial. This tutorial is about MATLAB, especially Similink. We are going to transmit a signal from one position to the other position, which could be a power. We are going to inject a power into a line. So the purpose of this work is to simulate a transmission line from one substation to another substation. So without wasting time, let's get into work. So first we open our MATLAB and this is where we are going to find. We are going to be on the command windows. So then you look at on your panel. So you go to Simulink. And at Simulink you go to blank model. That's under Simulink. So we will create a blank model. That's where our system will be designed. So let me increase the size. So you can give a name to our project. So I'm just gonna call it power system, right? You can give a name power system. Okay, then I'll save it. Now that I'm done saving it, I'm going to the libraries where I can get my electrical components for my transmission line. So I go to library, and then under library I'm going to, this is how it's gonna appear, Simulink. I'm going to Simscape, and then under Simscape I'm going to electrical, and under electrical I'm going to specialized power system. Let me point something which is important here for your project. So before you start everything in simulating electrical system, you must and you have to include the power GUI in your design. This is the one that will enable the system to be powered. So I'm going now to use the component which is the source, because we are transmitting an AC voltage. I'm going to drag it and place it here. The next thing will be the branch resistance. It could be when we are transmitting the line from one position to the from one distance to another distance. There could be different factors that could affect the transmission. Could be maybe the temperature, the weather could have some resistance induced in the cable, the heat, the humidity, the water. A lot of things could happen in the whole system. So we have to include all this thing. And then during the manufacturing of the type of cable that we are going to use for transmission, that cable consists of a resistance, a capacitance, and an inductance. So we are going to simulate all this thing. So I'm going to use the passive component and I'm going to use the branches. These are the branch, and I'm dragging the power supply here. I'll copy this and paste. I'm assuming that I have some resistance which is not part of the manufacturing. Aside it, let's say the atmosphere resistance that could be induced into the cable. So I'm going to change this to just resistance R, and I'm assuming that it's just a small one that is induced into the cable, right? I'm assuming that it's just 2 ohms. And then these ones are very important. I'm assuming that it has just 180 ohms when just a few, it could be just for 101 ohms. Yep. And then the capacity, the inductance could be, I'm assuming that the inductance into the branch, I can have an inductance of 26.525. Okay, and then I can have a capacitance of 117.84 microfarad and apply. I can connect them for connection's sake. Connect them. Okay. And then we are gonna use, because we are transmitting, we need to know what is the distance of transmission. How long would the transmission be taking place. The distance at which we want to transmit this the power. So we are going to go to the same library, and at that we go to power grid element. That's where we are going to get our transmission line component. We take something that we call a pi section line, and later in our other videos I'm going to explain why we need the power line. So we have the pi model, we have different type. So I'm going to use the pi section, and then because we are transmitting the line, definitely we are going to have some loads at the end here. We are assuming that we are just inductive and then reactive load. We have no, I'm sorry, resistive and then inductive load. We don't have capacitive load. So I'm going back to the passive, and then I'm taking a load. I can rotate it by Control R, and then I'll place it somewhere I feel like it's better. Okay, so I'll change the parameters of this. I'm assuming that we are just transmitting a single phase. So we don't change this number of phase, we don't change it. And I'm assuming we are transmitting it at 300 kilometers. And then 50 hertz, that's the frequency we have. So if you are in USA, let's say America, where they are using 60 hertz, so you also change it to 60 hertz. And I'm assuming that my resistance, that's coming from the manufacturer, those who are manufacturing, and then it depends on the type of material they use. So it's gonna be, I'm gonna use 0.011 ohms, and then the inductance will be okay. So A674 capacitor will be, I'm gonna use 13.41. And then I will say some capacity, active 7, and the quality is going to be 1 ohm. That's megawatt divided by 300, and then this is a nominal power, that's 434 E3, that's a kilowatt. Let me keep it to 60 hertz, right? Let's change some parameters here. It's gonna be E times square root of, that's the peak voltage we need now. Degree, frequency, magnitude, right? So we now go to pick the sources, the ground. I think I'm done, but I need to display all this one, so I will take voltmeter. Voltmeter could be found in sync under Simulink. Yep, I'll drag it somewhere, and I need to get a voltmeter. Same power electrical measurement, and then watt measurement. We want to model the watt. transition. So I just remain how it is. It's okay. Okay. Copy the graph here. Okay, so this is about the design. It takes time though. I'll add again just a unity gain. To get a gain, we go back to Simulink, and at Simulink we go to uh, math operator. So we get a gain here. So I'm assuming that it's just a unity gain. Okay. And then I'll put my scope here. But I will just divide the scope into two parts, so two ports, so that it gets two input ports. So I come down, I click on that configuration, and I change it to 2. I'm able to get through. So I will just copy this block mode from here to here. Copy that and then paste it here. So that my title take this one here. Okay. Alright, so I'll put the scope here, put the gain here, and then the other one here. Alright, so to run the simulation, let me take a sample time of just a stop time of 1 second, and then I'll just run it. Be very fast. Simulation is done. I click on my scope and I see a lot of big waveforms, and I have to, I can just maximize, zoom on them. I can just go back to zoom out. Let me zoom out. Okay, and then I can down zoom in the vertical position. Good. So we have the yellow and then the blue. So these are our two waveforms. Now we know that there is a small attenuation, but it's quite minimized. But this could be clearly seen when we change one of the parameters. Let's assume that I'm going to change the distance, the line, to 600 kilometers. Wow, that's a huge one. And then we simulate that and see the losses that occur on this transmission line. All right, see, now you can see how maximized is it, the loss. We have a lot of losses. Wow, you have a big loss, big loss. You've lost a lot. Okay, later I will show you how to and study the waveforms that have been lost, the gains and all this thing, the losses that occur. What happened here? What is the maximum amplitude? Sorry, to move on to. Okay, this what is happening here. At that particular point, we have this voltage, but I'm not gonna. That will be later in our video, so I'm gonna show you. And this is how we do your simulation. Yeah, I think that's all for today. Tomorrow we are gonna add a different component and see how best our system could be solved. Okay, bye bye for now. Bye.